They say without the cool, there is no uncool. Therefore, bullies bully you so you can feel uncool. So they can get into your inner peace and touch you deeply to make you feel inferior, to make you feel like you are not cool and that they are cool. When they bully you and they make you feel inferior, then they feel superior. Because without the inferior, there is no superior. So it is nothing to do with you. It is not that you are not lovable. It is not that you have done something wrong. Even if you had done something wrong, if there were a light, they were positive, they would have come to you. The best thing to do would have been to come to you and explain what you have done wrong. Hello guys, this is girl Amy here and welcome back to my channel. When people are mean to us, the problem is not us, but them. It is a sign that something within them is not right. It is a cry for help. How we respond to it is very important. If you want to find out how to overcome bullies and why people bully, then watch this video till the end. At the end, I will also give you a personal story of mine where I was bullied and how I overcame it. Thanks for watching.
Hello guys, this is your girl Amy here and welcome to my YouTube channel. For more videos like this, please like, share my videos and subscribe to my YouTube channel.
Sometimes when they are mean to us, it's because deep down they like something about you. They probably want to be you. And if you are the light, it reflects the dark in them. When they see you, that is the light, you reveal the true character and they are not comfortable with that. They see you, you are doing well, you are okay. You've done nothing to them and they start picking on you. And you're wondering, why are they bullying me? Have I done anything wrong? Or even you go to the extent to say, what is wrong with me? Am I not lovable? I've asked myself these questions in the past. A lot of the times we imitate them. When they are nasty to us, we are nasty back to them, which is not the best way to go about it. The best way to go about it is to respond to them in a calm way and keep calm. Because nobody has the power over you unless you give them the opportunity, unless you give them the power. Know that you are valuable, you are precious in the eyes of God. And look at all those people who love you. Look in your family, you will see people that really love you and care about you. I'm sure you have friends that loves you and care a lot for you. In this life, we don't need to have plenty of people. They say the friend of everybody is a friend of nobody. So now I'm going to tell you a personal story. After I gave birth to my son, I moved into a new town and a new school. It was all girls school. I wanted a mixed school, and then I was advised by the family I moved into to go to the all girls school. That is good, that they knew a lady that went into that school and she did well. So I took the advice, I went into the school. And when I started, I thought I would make new friends. I was excited to make friends, to work well and to get my the qualification needed so I can go to college. And when I started school, the girls were not kind to me. I tried everything, they were still not nice to me. I have tried everything to be friends with them. I smiled at them, made nice comments to them, but still that was not enough. They have done everything possible they could to make me feel small. Ignored me, spoke about me behind me. I've been hearing from people, they've been saying things about me. doing deliberate things to piss me off. It was difficult, but I still went in there. Sometimes I even felt like giving up and not even going back to school again. But I had this one thing in my head that was telling me, continue going, don't mind them. Why are you here? You are here because you do not speak English well. You want to improve your English. You are here because you want to go to university. And in order for you to get to university, to college, you need to have your certificates before you can go to college. So I had to stay. I have to keep on going and focus on my work. One day after school, an elder friend of mine came to pick me up to check on me. How is everything going? How is the new school and all that? And she asked me how was it going, and I said, oh, not that good. She said, did you make any friends yet? I said, no. I made one, but she's not in my class. On my first day, there were an assembly where there were all girls of the same year were in that assembly. And I made a friend. She was a lovely girl. So afterward, I thought that, oh, it is very good for me. I've made friend. I'm going to make friend in my classroom. But I tried everything in my classroom. They decided not to be friends with me. I didn't know what I did. So my friend told me that, you know what? They are jealous of you. That is why they are behaving this way. I didn't believe her. She said, you are beautiful. That's why they're jealous. And that you're dressing up nice and all that. I didn't believe it. I did not believe at the time I was beautiful. Then time went by, and one day in class, themselves were explaining to the teacher, to one of the teachers, of the experience of being bullied in primary school, where they were new in the school and a girl was mean to them. That there were a girl in a group that was nasty to them. So they ended up coming to this school together. So those are the same girls who formed a group. And I realized later there were about 3 other girls that are very nice, but they were just following the other ones because they see them as cool and having the power, and they've been in the school for longer than us. So they were following them. If you see anybody being bullied, don't join them. Stay away from that. If you can't help, don't join them. I think that was not the best decision they made by just following her and being bullies with her, or ignoring me and making me feel poor. So after I heard them saying that to the teacher, I consider this the exact thing they've done to me. And I remembered one of our teachers also told us one day that without the uncool, there is no cool. That bullies make you feel inferior so they can feel superior. So I realized exactly that is why. When that I realized later, these are just normal girls, just like me. It's not that something is wrong with them or they are just nasty people. I realized that they are just normal girls that need a lot of work. Because they've been bullied, they think it is okay to bully as well. I found that they are lovely girls. A lot of them were just copying the main one. They were copying the main one. There were 2, I know for sure, that were leading and that had a very strong personality, a negative strong personality, and the others were following them. But even the ones that were doing it, I am sure they have something deep. They have something deep that is a reason for them to be who they are, which is still not acceptable. But people are who they are, and there is nothing we can do about it. The best thing we can do about it is to be ourselves and keep on being good, keep on smiling and shining. No matter how people treat us. How people treat us is not the definition of our value. That's what I would like you to keep in your head, keep in your mind, that you are beautiful, you are precious, you are loved by God, you are loved by your family and by your true friends. You can't be a friend to everybody. Not everybody is going to like you. You can't always click with everybody. So be okay with that. Most important thing is be happy and love yourself. For me at the time, when they were bullying me, when I go home, I had love at home. I had people to talk to about. Sometimes, even when I don't bring the subject up, they ask me, oh, how is class and what is going on in school? It was helpful, it made me feel better. And I remember also I had a teacher. There was one girl in my class who had no friend as well. She was new like me. And we were doing English class together, extra English class, because we needed to improve our English. And the teacher noticed it because she'd been asking us questions and we've been telling her what's going on in class. So when she noticed, she told us, why don't you guys stick up together and help each other and have each other's back. And since that day, we became best friends in the class. We've been there and having each other's back. If you have a second person, get close to each other, help each other and have each other's back. They say being together, unity, together you are stronger, and that is true. One thing I used to tell myself is that I only had 2 years there and I'm gonna leave. And I was working at a place too where I was not comfortable. So I couldn't wait to get out of there. You plan your life to get out of there because you can't stay there forever. If nobody's gonna do anything about it, if you report and they're not doing anything about it, then you know what? Find a way, get out. Your mental health is very important. Let's be honest, sometimes when you report, at my time, I reported the case many times. I tried to report the case many times, but they did not listen to me. And especially that there were plenty against me, they were believing them over me. Unless that one teacher that was there for me and for my friend as well. Don't let the way anyone view you to define you. So know your own true worth. Invest in yourself. And whatever you are going through now, it will be a testimony and it shall come to pass. So keep on smiling and keep on shining. So this is the end of this video. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, don't forget to press the like button down below, share my video and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Bye.